Alright, here we go into match 1. Yes, I'd like to play first. This hand seems fine, so I'll go ahead and keep. Got a 2-drop, no 3-drop, need another plains, but I don't know, doesn't seem bad. It's got creatures and lands and things. I'm going to attack for 2 every turn. Seeing a plains is good, as it means I'll be able to cast my Staunch Defenders on time. Don't have a lot of 3-drops though, so not very hopeful about drawing into one. Maybe another 2-drop though. I do have a ton of those. Well, that's a little unfortunate. I can try and trade with it though, which is probably what I'll do here. Can't be blocked, right? Yeah. So I'm good to bash. And you can trade if you would like. Go ahead and play another plains. Pass the turn. Next turn I can play Spirit Encore, and then next I can play Staunch Defenders. Ooh, okay. I was going to say, is my opponent going to miss a land drop here? Oh, Dothy Horror. Sarcomancy. I'm okay with that. Well, flooding out is something I tend to do, it seems. Fortunately, I got my Staunch Defenders coming next turn. So next turn I can hit for 4, I can gain 4. Yeah, I can hit for 2 and gain 4. Dark Ritual, huh? I'm okay with that. Ooh, Gerard's Battle Cry. I like that. This doesn't have Shadow, right? Yeah. So next turn I can play Gerard's Battle Cry, do some pumping. It's gonna be cool. Hopefully my opponent does not have more than one, although this is For being a common, I don't think I've actually seen a Dark Banishing yet. Ah, that's too bad. Bye-bye, Gerard's battle cry. I knew you well. So now maybe I should keep some mana back in case I draw Forbid. Come on, action. That's action. So I think I'm willing to trade with the Dothy Horror. No, I don't really want to do that. I will play an Armored Pegasus though and keep up 2 lands in case I draw into my Forbid. Diabolic Edict, eh? That makes me very glad I did not attack with Sultari Trooper. Although he will now start to get in for 2 every turn. Although I couldn't have blocked it anyway, so... Ooh, that's pretty good. Is it? I know it's a good combo piece, but is this actually good? Because all you can do is just sort of switch it around, right? So we're off to the races. Prevent all combat damage. So I can actually, yeah, put that on there. Oh, but I guess that counts as combat damage. So this actually helps him. This is actually kind of a combo. Like, that's actually pretty good. But do I want to do that now? Because I don't want him to be able to do this. Yeah, I'm just going to attack for now. My opponent's on empty too, so I don't really see a reason to play Gaseous Form, because I'm not really under a ton of pressure from the Dothy Horror. And I'm not really sure how this interacts with Spirit Encore, because it prevents all damage, all combat damage. I don't know. I don't think it's worth playing right now. Okay, that's pretty good. So it gives me a blocker. Or at least a way to pressure my opponent's life total if he chooses to attack. So yeah, I'm not going to block. So now I can hit back for 3. So another Gaseous Form. I could give them both gaseous form and then just keep pinging away with my armored Pegasus. So now 4 turn is going to be a lot harder for me to race. Really unfortunate that my Gerard's Battlecry got discarded. Could really use that. One, 2 for the win. Like now my opponent doesn't really have any good attacks, I don't think. Yeah, that's good for me. Another land. Well, well. Got my opponent on 11 turn clock. Oh yeah. Both just living off the top of our libraries here. Oh, we're halfway there. Does it get it? Because he's at 10 and we're living on a prayer off the top of our library. Come on, gas. That's not too bad. At least it's a removal spell I can use to blow up something. And at least it is not a land. The Armored Pegasus beats. I'm sorry, I know this isn't the most exciting game. With both of us sort of living off the top of our libraries here. My opponent, I think, has top decked a bunch of land. Okay, this is good. So I think I can combo him with Staunch Defenders. Or even better, I can bounce the zombie token. Or Staunch Defenders. I can really do kind of whatever with him. He's a good card in my deck. Yeah, I didn't realize till just now that how well he combos with Staunch Defenders, because it's target permanent. He does not have any... Okay, so I can bounce his Coffin Queen, which is nice. Coffin Queen is also a zombie. I'm going to play Plains. Swing for 1. Yeah, now I definitely have to bounce the Coffin Queen. Yeah, stuff is happening. Another Armored Pegasus, who I will play in the interest of brevity. Plays Coffin Queen again. This time I will be bouncing the zombie token. I don't really think I need to show that I have another Staunch Defenders here. But I think I will go ahead and play it just to ensure, just as extra insurance here. Bluffing a counterspell, but should have left my white up. So I should be able to bounce Coffin Queen and win. Because that is upkeep, so I can attack for 3 flying next turn. The upkeep, yeah. So I can swing for 3 and win the game. Awesome. So, what do I want to change? Is there anything? I think that went pretty well. Well, obviously could have, you know, I'm playing kind of a control deck, so I think we'll just stick with the plan here. Yeah, Tradewind Rider, he's a good guy. I have a lot of redundancy in my deck. I have, 3 of the Armored Pegasi, 3 of the Staunch Defenders, 2 Gaseous Forms, 2 Mana Leaks. Didn't see any leaks that game, of course, but I like having multiples of cards. I guess I could have left the Looter in just, to dig towards Tradewind Rider, because that's pretty good. Kind of wish I had a Sweeper. I don't even know. I'm sure there are some in this set that are not Rolling Thunder. I have to go back and look at the set. I only did a very cursory study of it before I jumped into the drafts here. I'm by no means an expert on Tempest. I think this is okay. This has some control-y elements and some removal, so I can deal with his shadow creatures. I'll I'm gonna be taking some hits off the Carnophage. A 1-drop, but not one I can use. So I think my plan is to just go ahead and play Master Decoy. I can keep Carnophage tapped down. So I'm going to take probably 4 damage off of this Carnophage. I guess I could Volrath's Curse next turn, since I have the option of returning it to my hand. I could Volrath's Curse the Carnophage, and then I can always just bounce this back to my hand whenever I need to. That might actually be a better play, depending what my opponent does here. Since my opponent has no play, that's what I'm going to do. That'll help me stabilize a little. I think I want to play the Master Decoy before the Windrake, even though that's kind of crazy, I guess. But I have the Smite available to me also, so I guess it's not really that bad. And my opponent probably... I don't think there are any haste creatures, so I can play the Master Decoy and just set up for the Windrake later. And that way I can block and destroy if my opponent plays a strong 3-drop. Okay, well that makes me glad I put the Volrath's Curse out. I imagine my opponent... I actually don't know if between the Windrake and the Master Decoy which is worse. The good thing is I can play either one of them next turn. I don't think my opponent will take the Smite. I think it's going to be either I would think the Decoy here, if I had to guess. Oh, the Windrake? Okay. I think I'd rather keep the Decoy. Just because he can tap down stuff. And that's perfect. Let's play the Decoy. So I'll be able to tap something down and return Volrath's Curse to my hand if I need to. Alright, so not doing that. Let's go ahead and play an island, pass the turn. I do want to tap this at the beginning of this combat. So I guess now the question is, do I want to leave up the tap ability or do I want to play Staunch Defenders? And I'm leaning towards leaving up the tap ability. Yeah, I'm not really in a rush. So that is my plan. Yep, just gonna keep tapping his stuff. Next turn I'll be able to play a land, play my Staunch Defenders, keep up tapping. And then I'll be able to start hitting with Staunch Defenders, hopefully. Alright, so that's a little unfortunate, and that actually makes me want to go ahead and bounce Volrath's Curse. No, I shouldn't do that yet, because of the Staunch Defender. This is destroy target blocking creature. So yeah, I would need to find a way to deal with him. Well, it says activated abilities can't be activated. But I think my plan is to still play the land, play Staunch Defenders, keep tapping one of the shadow guys. And then I can move the Volrath's Curse to the Dothy Jackal at the end of my during my next turn, or actually even next turn I can go ahead and just do that, and then I can block the Carnophage. So does it really matter which one I tap here? I'm going to keep tapping the Jackal. Yeah, I guess I can't block that anyway, so... So if I don't draw anything next turn, I think I'll go ahead and do... Oh, no attacks? Okay. Alright, cool. Armored Pegasus. So let's go ahead and... I can do all three things I want to do. No. Actually, yeah, if I play a land, I can bounce this. Then I can play it on the Jackal, I can play Armored Pegasus, and I can keep the tap up. Ooh. Might regret that. Actually. Oh no, because activated abilities can't be activated, so we can no longer sacrifice it to get rid of it. So that's actually fine. Attack with my Staunch Defenders. Man, this is round one. I just realized. Then I can play my Armored Pegasus. Oh, actually attacking with Staunch Defenders maybe wasn't the best plan, because now my opponent can attack with the Carnophage. But it's not a big deal. Because if my opponent's willing to do damage to himself, I can punish him by tapping the Carnophage. I'll probably just tap the Lancer. No, tapping the Carnophage is actually better, because the Lancer can block. Cannot block, so that was a mistake. But that is punishing him for leaving Carnophage untapped. So I'm not going to play the land in case I draw the Forbid. Do I attack for 4 here? Yeah. There's no reason to open up my Staunch Defenders to smite. So this turn I will be tapping the Lancer, I guess, again. Because my opponent doesn't have a good attack with the Carnophage. Okay, Shaman Encore. I just really don't think this is that good in draft. Mana Leak is no longer good, of course. All it does is force my opponent to pay 3 more for a spell. Alright, so now he's starting to tap it, which means I can get in with Staunch Defenders next turn. Master Decoy tapping like a master. So now I can counterspell unless my opponent plays 6, which still doesn't seem that great. And I guess there's no real reason to attack with the Staunch Defenders still. Because like I said, don't want to run into a smite. Especially when I have one of my own. My opponent has 10 mana. Alright, I do like Soltari Trooper. Actually, I don't, because he has the Lancer. But I tap the Lancer on his turn anyway. So maybe I can get in with it. Did I not tap it last turn? Must not have. Must have missed it. Must have missed it. But I can attack for 3 next turn. My opponent does not have another shadow creature. Armored Pegasus, man, just winning me games. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he has 7 mana up. So my mana leak is no good. Let's go ahead and tap that Lancer. Volrath's Curse has done some real work this game as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This might be the only chance I get to mana leak something. I definitely don't want him to add to his board here for me from attacking. So double mana leak it is. Away with you, Avenging Angel. Avenge elsewhere with the Avengers. Yeah, those mana leaks are basically dead cards in my hand anyway, so even though I 2-for-1 myself, I'm not super unhappy about it. Okay, and that's actually just the card I needed. So that's 5, so I could do 7. Nah. So yeah, Gerard's battle cry is really gonna help me close out here. So now I can tap his shadow creature again and just swing for the win next turn. Master Decoy doing all the work this game. Well, really everyone. I will be taking 1 here. I think my opponent's trying to bait me into blockings to get rid of Volrath's Curse, maybe? I don't know. But now I can swing for 5. Might have been better to go ahead and play another Plains. No, I couldn't have punt twice anyway. How did this... Wait, what just got discarded? What just happened? Oh, he sacrificed this to prevent this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Guess I'll go ahead and bounce this to my hand. That's annoying, but I think okay. Medium annoying, but not that bad. As I can win next turn still, I think. Jeez, my opponent had that smite for quite a while. Was unable to use it. Or was unwilling to sacrifice a permanent to make Dothy Jackal spring into action. So let's try that again. Ooh, is this a removal spell? Indeed it is. Well, I guess I have the option of just running my opponent out of time here. Yeah, I don't really want to run into a smite or something. My opponent still has one card in hand. I'm probably tapping the Vampire Hounds next turn. Okay, Spirit Encore is good. So maybe it'll let me speed it up by a couple nanoseconds here. Pumping one more time might be relevant. I'll go ahead and play another Plains. Okay. Let's try and end this the damage way. Do we get there? Oh, we don't get there? Well, we're gonna get there in 5 seconds. Man, what a match. What a match. I'll see you guys in the next one.